Every year, people spend billions replacing screens, car panels, and machine parts that break from a single crack. But what if the crack just closed itself? What if your phone healed overnight, like a scratch on your skin? That's not science fiction anymore. In labs right now, materials are being built that detect their own damage and repair it, sometimes in minutes, sometimes without you ever noticing. Today we're getting into how self-healing materials actually work, the breakthroughs from just the last year, and how close this is to your pocket. Here's the core problem. Almost everything humans build starts dying the moment we make it. A tiny crack forms, stress concentrates at its tip, and it grows, until the whole thing fails. We fight this by over-engineering: thicker steel, tougher glass, more material. But nature solves it differently. Your skin doesn't get thicker to avoid cuts, it just repairs them. So materials scientists asked a simple question: what if we built that ability into the material itself? And it turns out there are several completely different ways to pull it off. Mechanism 1. Microcapsules. Imagine mixing thousands of microscopic bubbles of liquid glue into a material. When a crack tears through, it ruptures those capsules, the healing liquid floods into the gap, hardens, and seals the crack. It's basically a built-in first aid kit. The catch? Each spot can usually only heal once. Once a capsule is spent, it's gone. Mechanism 2. Vascular networks. Instead of one-shot capsules, engineers thread tiny channels through the material, like blood vessels, that can pump healing fluid to a wound again and again. More complex to build, but it can heal the same spot many times. Mechanism 3. Intrinsic healing. This is the elegant one. The material's own chemistry is reversible. The bonds that break when it's damaged can simply reform, often with a little heat, light, or just time. No capsules, no channels. The material itself wants to knit back together. This is where a lot of the exciting recent work is happening. Most real-world materials now blend these ideas, and that's where the recent breakthroughs come in. Let's talk about the one everyone actually wants: the phone screen. Researchers in South Korea developed a self-healing screen material based on something called colorless polyimide, or CPI. It's glass clear, seriously strong, and can survive being folded hundreds of thousands of times without scratching. The clever part: they embedded microcapsules of linseed oil, yes, the same oil used in paint and wood finishing, into the coating. When the surface is scratched, the capsules break, the oil seeps out, and it repairs up to 95% of the damage in about 20 minutes, at room temperature, with no heat gun and no intervention from you. And it's not the only approach. A separate team demonstrated a crystalline material, published in the journal Science, that can actually reassemble its own broken pieces back into the original shape. Because it's crystalline and up to 10 times harder than typical self-healing polymers, it's a strong candidate for real electronics, not just soft coatings. So when will you actually hold one? Industry analysts have predicted phones with self-healing displays could arrive around 2028. Close, but there's a reason it's not tomorrow, and we'll get to that. Screens are the flashy example, but the bigger money is in the things that are expensive and dangerous to replace. At Texas A&M University, researchers built a carbon fiber smart plastic that heals like skin and reshapes under heat, aimed squarely at aerospace and defense, where a self-repairing wing component is a very big deal. And another US team created a self-healing composite that could extend the lifespan of structural parts in planes and cars, potentially by hundreds of years. But here's the leap I find most interesting. A recent study in Advanced Materials describes pairing self-healing with artificial intelligence, a system that autonomously detects damage, triggers the healing, and then confirms the repair actually worked. The researchers call it the jump from self-healing to smart healing, a full-sense repair verify loop, no human in the middle. That matters because the whole point of these materials is that you don't have to think about them. A material that quietly fixes itself and checks its own work is a material you can trust in a bridge, an implant, or a spacecraft. So why isn't everything already self-healing? A few honest limits. Many of these materials heal once per spot, or need specific conditions, a bit of warmth, or time undisturbed. There's often a trade-off between healing ability and raw strength. The very reversible bonds that let a material repair can also make it softer. And scaling a beautiful lab result into millions of identical, cheap, durable units is genuinely hard. That's the real gap between a demo and a product on a shelf. Still, the momentum is real. The self-healing materials market is projected to roughly double from around $4 billion in 2025 toward $12.5 billion by 2030. And studies already show meaningful savings in repair and maintenance costs where these materials are used. So here's where we land. Self-healing materials aren't a single invention, they're a whole toolkit. Capsules, vascular networks, reversible chemistry, and now AI that manages the whole process. The cracked screen might be the first place you notice it, around the end of this decade. But the deeper shift is bigger. We're moving from building things that slowly break, to building things that quietly repair. If you want to see where this goes next, that's exactly what this channel is about. Subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Quick question for the comments. What's the first thing you'd want to be self-healing? Your phone, your car, or something else? Let me know.